Good morning, it's Sim here from Heirloom Naturally. We grow old-fashioned vegetables in the field in Mansfield, Victoria. And we're having a bit of a reprieve from the constant rain that we've been having here this season, which is perfect because today is the day that I need to get out and harvest our veggies for our winter veggie boxes. And in particular, I've been wanting to talk to you for quite some time about an Italian heirloom that is called Spigariello. Apologies to my Italian friends, that was probably a terrible pronunciation of what is a stunning winter green from Italy. Now, Spigariello is part of the Brassica family. So if you think about kales, broccolis, cauliflowers, cabbages, Brussels sprouts, those kinds of things, then you're on the money when it comes to this delightful winter green. And most of those particular vegetables that I've mentioned are grown either for their leaves, so if you think about kale, or they're grown for their pre-flowering heads, so cabbages, broccolis, cauliflowers, those kinds of things. What's absolutely delightful about this Italian heirloom is that it is grown specifically for the flavour and nutrition of its leaves, but the entire plant is edible. And as we go through the many phases of Spigariello here today, you'll see that it is a stunning plant and you can use it in any way that you would use any of the brassicas that I've mentioned before. Often people talk about it as tasting a little bit like a cross between broccoli and kale. For me personally, I think it's more leaning towards the broccoli end, but it can be eaten raw or cooked in any dish really that you would be using kale or broccoli, or indeed broccolini or the broccolettis that we grow here at Heirloom Naturally. So I'd like to show you the changing faces of Spigariello. So first and foremost, this is Spigariello. So you can see the stunning, tender, long leaf that you have here. This is all edible, as is the stem. Now, with any brassicas that you might use for the stem, you'll be aware that the stems are generally a bit thicker, and so you do want to chop those thinly when you are going to be cooking them. But stunning through soups, through stews, even just wilted down as it is like this. But beautiful Spigariello leaves. This also is a Spigariello leaf, and I show you this just to help you to see that with heirlooms, they're not a one size fits all. And it's one of the reasons that we love heirloom vegetables here at Heirloom Naturally, because it's not one size fits all. It's not just pull it out of the box and there you go. Every single piece of vegetable that we harvest here is unique and delicious and nutritious. So both Spigariello leaves. This also is Spigariello. And so you can see that we're starting to get the stem in there, stunning, gorgeous wavy leaves, and that entire thing is also edible. So you would be able to put this straight into a steamer to saute it, stir fry it, even throw it through a soup or a stew right towards the end. Again, the stem will be a little bit crunchy and bitey when you eat it, and the leaves will wilt down beautifully. This is also fabulous eaten raw. So in terms of getting your nutrient kick for winter, this little stem of Spigariello is perfect for that. Moving on, this is also Spigariello. It's almost like small and medium, because I'll get onto large in just a second. So again, you can see here, leaves, stem, and there's not really any sort of a floret starting to form in there. So again, grown for its leaves and its stems, raw, cooked, absolutely delicious. And finally, this is also Spigariello, and this is where it's getting towards the end of its season, and hopefully you can see in there that there is a floret, a little bit like you see with our broccoletti here at Heirloom Naturally, or you might be more familiar with broccolini that you might see in the supermarket or greengrocers. But again, the entire thing is edible, and that floret is just divine when it is cooked, even though this plant is not grown generally for its floret, specifically more so for its leaves. So the changing faces of the absolutely divine Spigariello. It is becoming more and more common in farmers markets and small scale farms like ours. So please do get out there. If you see us at a farmer's market and you see this on our farmer's table, have a go at it. It is absolutely divine, my favourite winter veg, and from the comments that I'm receiving from our customers, more and more becoming yours as well. Eat well, stay well this winter.